Hey there, everybody. How's it going? This is LunarStar103 here. I'm welcoming you back to the Lunar Nightmare Network. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to do something that I actually did a few years ago, but I'm going to go ahead and do a revisit on it again. And as you can see, we are going to be doing Dark Magicians. As you can see with my lovely placemat here. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to show you the monsters, spells, and traps that I have for the deck, along with my extra deck, and also what other cards you can use to help out with your Dark Magician deck if you are planning to use them as well. So what I've done is that I pretty much just put them all and categorize, monsters, traps, spells, so I don't have to go ahead and just say, oh, let's do this and that, whatever. So for the monsters, I've done 2 Ash Blossom Joyous Spring. I believe you could do 3, but 2 I believe is recommended enough for this.
It's because you only had 2.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 would be good. As you probably could tell, he's here too. So 3 Vec Veilers. He actually was the one that made the deck for me to what's needed, what's not needed, what can be added on. So 3 Effect Veilers are pretty good for you to have, especially with its effect. You can automatically just go ahead and use that to get rid of whatever monsters you don't want out of the way. 3 Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill.
Let me say something real quick. Alright, so in this situation, you can interchange Mourner, Veiler, and if you have them, Imperm. We ain't got no Imperms, so we're using Mourner and Veiler.
So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. I got 1 Apprentice Illusion Magician. 1 is all you need. You can do 2 if you want to, but 1 is pretty much all you need. 3 copies of Dark Magician.
Hey, it's Larry, Earl, and Steve. There's a reason why I did that, because those are the 3 that were originally in my Dark Magician deck.
And I have 3 Illusion of Chaos. Now I know this has to have a ritual, but there is a way to bring them out without using a ritual effect.
You're never summoning him. You're using him specifically for his search effect.
True.
Because you add a non-ritual card monster that mentions Dark Magician, and then you put 1 card from your hand back to the top of your deck.
Okay. So he's just basically there for fodder then?
No, he's there for utility. He searches literally half the Dark Magician cards in your deck. Like Magician Souls. Because it mentions Dark Magician in its text, you can search him off of Illusion.
Okay. So 3 Magician Souls. I also have 3 Magician's Rod here. Magician's Rod will also go ahead and be helpful, because if I ever have Magician's Rod, it will automatically let you search the deck or hand.
You're adding from deck to hand a spell or trap that mentions Dark Magician.
Yeah. So I have Timaeus, the United Dragon. It's also good, like if you have it for your extra deck or everything at that point. So that's basically it for the monsters that I have in this set right here. So next up, I'm gonna go ahead and be doing the spells and then the traps. This is just something that, we've done to put together. If you want to go ahead and follow with this, that's fine. Or this is like an example of what you can use. However you want to make your Dark Magician deck, it is totally fine by you. For the spells, I have 1 Book of Eclipse. I have Call by the Grave. I have 2 of the Dark Magic attacks. which is good if you automatically get Dark Magician out on the field. I have 3 dark magical circles, which is good if you have rod on there in your hand. You activate it, get dark magical circle out. You can automatically use that. Search dark magician, get that out. I have 1 magician's salvation, which will help you out immensely. That will go ahead and get you any.
It searches eternal soul and sets it to the field.
Yeah. I'll help you out a lot. Monster Reborn. I have a Regeki. And my favorite field spell, you can do 2 or 3 of these. Secret Village of the Spellcasters, which is good for if you're doing spellcasters, your opponent doesn't have spellcasters. This is really good, kind of like a lockdown for them, unless they find a way to destroy it. I have 3 copies of Soul Servant. I'll be able to go ahead and help you out as well. 1, the Eye of Timaeus. 1 is okay, but again, this is just my example of what you can use or how you want to go ahead and make your Dark Magician deck. Again, it's entirely up to you. You don't gotta go ahead and do all these exactly. But with this, especially with, you know, Dark Magical Circle, you that's like a definite must. You have to have that in your deck, especially with one of the other cards that you'll need. Now, I don't have a lot of traps for my Dark Magician deck, but again, up to you. 2 copies of Eternal Soul, which is also good. You can go ahead search. You can automatically go ahead and search Dark Magician or 1,000 Knives. Automatically go ahead and bring that up to the field.
Mind if I step in?
Sure.
It specials the Dark Magician from
Okay.
hand or grave.
Okay.
But you are right on the 1,000 Knives and the Dark Magic attack. That's why you're running 2.
Mm-hmm. And I have Magician's Navigation. Now I have the original one when it first came out, so that's why you see. I'll go ahead and like put this in. So that's why you see kind of looks like, you know, a little triangle thing right there where the A is supposed to be at. Yeah, I have only 1 copy of those. And the last one I have is Solemn Judgment. You can only run 1 of those. That's basically it for my traps. Don't have that many because you don't really need that much traps when you're building a Dark Magician deck. Now for my extra deck, I've got a good few. So I have 1 of Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, which you would need a Dark Magician and a Dragon monster for you. So that's where Timaeus will come in.
Or the spell card, the Eye of Timaeus.
Yeah. So Quintet Magician, you have to have 5 spellcaster cards. Is it going to be hard? Probably, but maybe not. It just depends on how, you know.
So the only thing that you're technically missing in order to actually summon Quintet Magician is Magical Eyes Fusion.
Okay.
So it's in there because at the time I was gonna put the Magical Eyes Fusion in there and I couldn't find one. I couldn't find the spare copy that I had.
So 1 copy of the Dark Magicians. So you can use Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl and a spellcaster type monster. So you could use both if you want to activate the Dark Magicians.
In order to use its effect when it leaves the field, we'd have to put a Dark Magician Girl back in the deck. So,
Right.
which also goes in handy with Magician Salvation, because if you special summon 1, then you special summon the opposite one too.
Yeah. So Link monsters, I have 1 copy of Warlord Dragon. I have 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn. 1 copy of Link Rebo. Relinquish Anima for my links. I Now I have some synchros you can go ahead and use them for. I have
Those are
Xyz, sorry. Downer Magician. You can also use synchros. I think there's like one synchro.
Because you're running level 1 and level 3 tuners with a deck primarily centered around level 7 monsters, I would suggest things along the lines of, for level 8, primarily just Cyframe Lord Omega, and then for 10s, Baron de Fleur.
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and do that, again, my deck is just an example. However you want to do it, however you feel you want to go ahead and get some of these cards out. If you want to use, you know, any synchro cards in there, you can. I have a copy of Ebon High Magician. I have one Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac. I have number 11 Big Eye. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. And I have Slacker Magician.
So, other examples of like rank 7s and other exceeds that you can run in this. Castira Sangreira. You could also run another Flare Metal. You could also run Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder, which actually, because you're running Downer, Slacker and Downer, would probably be one of the best things to do in this deck. It's just didn't have one at the time of building it.
Right. And the reason that I have Slackered and Downer here is because if I go ahead and Xyz her, and then, you know, if I go ahead and Xyz again, I just put her on top for Xyz material.
Yep.
And that's basically where I could just go ahead and get another Xyz counter. But mostly with these this is pretty much what I have so far, especially with the effects that it'll have with whatever deck you're going to be playing with. It'll help you out a lot. Again, this is just what I have. If you don't want to do link cards, it's up to you. If you want to just do some synchros, just make sure you have enough of the cards to make the requirements. You know, again, Secret Village will be able to help you out because, again, lock your opponent to not use spell cards as long as, you know, they have a spellcaster on the field. If they don't have a spellcaster, then you can't summon spell cards. It's pretty much like it'll be helpful for you, but then it won't be helpful for you. It'll be helpful to your opponent at times too. So you just want to try and make sure that you balance out your Dark Magician deck as much as you can so that you don't go ahead and, you know, screw yourself over, because we've done so many changes to the deck so far. Like this started off when we started off in college, and even now with new support that's coming out for, you know, Dark Magicians and everything else, it gets up to a point of, okay, you need to go ahead and, you know, use this one or use this card. This card will help you out here, but it's kind of trial and error in most parts. So, you know, if you feel that your deck is good and you want to go ahead and see if you feel that it's going to be good to play against some people, you know, get some people, go ahead and test it out. If you feel that it's not, then see, okay, what else can I add? What can I take away from all this? Along with the, you know, the entire thing. And also make sure that, again, if you have an extra deck, make sure that you have stuff that'll help out your extra deck. If you're doing no extra deck, then all right, then that's fine too. Like I said, mine's an example. It doesn't need to have that much, you know.
When I built it to try to make sure it still fit a play style that is more centered to what you do. That's the reason why I built it the way I did.
Right.
And that way that, like I said, the only reason why I think the Dark Magician Girl wasn't in there is because it wasn't in there when I initially made the changes. But that was also before Salvation came out. Salvation was a recent ad, and so were the Illusion of Chaoses, because they actually weren't in there at the time.
Right.
And so was Ash. Ash was actually the last card put in the deck.
Right. But also with the Dark Magicians, like, you know, it just says you can use Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl and another spellcaster type monster. So even if you don't have one of them, if you have like the other, you could just go ahead and just use another spellcaster card that you have, and you'll still automatically get that. But if you want to go ahead and get to where you can get both Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, by all means, go right ahead. I have Timaeus and Timaeus the Dragon United. They're added in there because it will help you out with the deck.
Oh, and another extra deck card that could go in here and likely will at some point, once we get another copy, is Red Eye's Dark Dragoon, which Timaeus and the Eye of Timaeus can float into.
Yeah. So, because that'll also help you out too. So that way you don't have to, automatically go to any one of these. If you want to do Dragoon, you can go ahead and do Dragoon as well, because that'll automatically go ahead and have you pop a card from your opponent's side of the field and banish it, or...
Oh, you're talking about the first effect?
Yeah.
It's destroy.
Okay, destroyed.
It's destroy, and it burns your opponent.
Yeah, so that'll be helpful for you too, if you want to go ahead and do something like that. But again, if you don't want to do an extra deck, that's fine too. It's basically, up to you, no matter what you choose, how you want to do it, anything else. But yeah, I did a video like this many years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
On my channel. And it's almost 5 years to the day, because it was one of the first 10, 15 videos we did on our channel.
Right. So, if ever you get a chance to, look that up on Twisted Nightmare Gaming's channel. This one will go on my channel because this is a revised type of deck for my Dark Magicians. Will I be able to do another kind of deck profile? Probably. And I might do one that he doesn't like, which he knows which one, because I said it as a joke. It's not guilt tripping.
Shuddy. Stop.
It was not guilt tripping.
Here. Continue.
But anyways, that will do it for me today. Make sure to go ahead and let me know what you guys think of this deck. What do you think, could improve the deck? Is the deck good? Are you guys going to use this as an example? What do you think of it? And make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so that you can be notified of any other future videos that I do. And also, like I said, I'm going to go back to doing my reviews on Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. Episode 1 should be up already. But if not, it'll be coming out pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. And I will be doing all my other reviews coming out pretty soon as well. So be on the lookout for that. I will see you all next time. Oh, wait.
Yeah, one last thing to say. Hey, folks, in the comments, shower her with happy birthdays, because today we're shooting this video on her actual birthday.
Yes, today is my birthday. We're doing this. Yeah, and also the review of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury Episode 1 will also be up on my birthday as well. So, thank you all so much. Hope to see you guys really soon. And, yeah, that's about it. We'll see you all next time. Lunar Nightmare Network signing off. Catch you guys later.